Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope y'all are doing well. If you like what you see in this video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, or possibly share this video. Today, I'm taking a look at Samson, which was released today as of this recording, April 8th. It currently has 416 reviews, which are mixed. That doesn't seem good at all. Developer and publisher is Liquid Swords. Never heard of this developer or publisher before. Um, I can tell this is an Unreal Engine game just by looking at it. I didn't even have to do any research. It has the typical blurry Unreal Engine look to it. Um, I have the latest NVIDIA driver installed, which was released March 24th, driver version 595.97. This video is being recorded using a 4K 60 hertz capture card, which is recorded directly to my iMac. So what you see during gameplay should be indicative of your performance if you have similar hardware. So let's say GPU equivalent to, um, a 2080 Ti, for example, RTX 5060 Ti, RTX 3070 Ti, Radeon 6800. So yeah, let me take a look at the spec. It's recommending for processor Intel Core i5 11400 or Ryzen 5 5600 XT. So if you have a 6 core 12 threaded CPU, you should do just fine. System memory is asking for 16 gigabytes, which is normal nowadays. Graphics card is asking for or recommends uh, GeForce RTX 3060 Ti or Radeon 6700 XT. So 8 gigabyte GPU. So these GPUs are in the range of 2080 Super. Well, the 3060 Ti, I believe, is should be slightly faster than the 6700 XT. But could be that this game possibly prefers AMD than Nvidia. The X12 version is recommended. Storage 15 gigabytes of storage space. SSD is required. When I installed the game, it was actually total file size was 10.9 GB. But yeah, so let me hop into the settings, take a look at the game, see what graphical presets it has to offer, and how the game performs. Okay, and I'm back in Samson in the main menu. The game does have a shader pre-compilation step. It doesn't have a dedicated compilation screen, but you can tell if you have a river statistic overlay up and running. That's good. It has a field of view slider, which is fantastic. Horizontal field of view for both vehicle and normal traversal, which is good. So far so good. Oh wow. Okay. So it has cloth simulation and hair simulation, which is actually good. So I'm guessing the hair simulation is equivalent to like Tress effects, possibly Hairworks maybe. Cloth simulation definitely cannot be as good as Mirror's Edge, NVIDIA PhysX cloth simulation or the Metro games, or Mafia 2, the original Mafia 2 cloth physics was fantastic. But yeah, so I'm gonna crank this up to, okay, high is the highest animation goes up to. So let's see, video options. This is what it defaulted to, I'm guessing based on my hardware. So I like to play full screen, so I will select my native resolution. As far as like the upscaling type, you have DLSS, uh, FSR, temporal super resolution, since this is an Unreal Engine 5 game. But anyway, you also have ray tracing. Okay, so ray reconstruction, and reflex low latency. Absolutely not disabled. This tends to cause severe stuttering for me, and actually the adverse effect. So I always turn this off. So yeah, it looks like everything is set to quality. Quality seems to be okay. So there's performance, balanced, quality, and then ultra. Ultra is the highest graphical preset. So motion blur, I'm gonna turn it off. This is Unreal Engine. I already have to deal with ghosting. So the post processing stuff, I'm gonna turn them all off. Vertical syncs, absolutely not disabled. Hair strands, okay. use strand-based hair rendering for the player character. Interesting. So is that different from the hair simulation? But yeah, so I'm guessing this is similar to possibly Resident Evil hair strand, or like I said, I think it's probably using something similar to AMD's Stress Effects. But yeah, so background frame rate limits, I want that unlimited. Let's see. Yep. And then menu unlimited. On battery, I don't have a laptop. This is a dedicated desktop PC. So yeah, so that's it. I'll come back to that. Audio, okay. I wish it had dedicated 5.1 surround sound channel, but anyway. Controls, let's see. Does it have toggle aim? Let me see. Possibly under accessibility. Okay, so this is one of those games where you're forced to use hold right mouse to aim. I don't like that. I like to toggle aim and hold sprint. So I wish more developers would include this in their game. The game started off with a good first impression by including field of view slider. Why not include toggle aim and hold sprint? That's anyway. Yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as like the graphical options. So let me take a look at the game, see how it performs. This is on Unreal Engine 5, so I'm going to start with DLSS quality and see how the game runs. I don't have any high hopes. Like I said, this is on Unreal Engine 5, so I expect the game to look and run like shit. Okay, so as you can see, let's just make some obvious observation. The first line is my GPU information. It's currently hovering at 250 watts, which is quite bizarre. So it's running roughly 80 watts lower than it should. I see this all the time with 99% of Unreal Engine 5 games, right? So that means I'm somewhat CPU limited. My GPU is overclocked, plus 50 on the core, plus 1000 on the memory. So the GPU wattage should be at anywhere from 320 to 330. So like I said, it's running 80 watts lower than it should, indicating some bottleneck, most likely CPU. GPU usage is 99%. CPU utilization is 40. Wattage and temps are fairly normal. System RAM is 10 gigabyte. So, typical Unreal Engine 5. I will give it props. I know I completely dislike Unreal Engine 5. I think it's the worst gaming engine in history and an absolute disgrace to the gaming industry. But I will give it props. It's quite conservative when it comes to GPU VRAM. So right now, if I'm under 8 gigabytes, it might change when I go outside. But and system memory usage as well, it's typically under 16 gigabyte most Unreal Engine 5 games that I play. But yeah, look at my frame rate. I'm in the low 50s, high 40s, and this is everything cranked to ultra, DLSS quality set, and it's Unreal Engine 5, so the game looks very soft. It looks very, very soft, very blurry. Looking at this fan here, like DLSS is not resolving it very well. If you look at this fan, the blade, like there's a lot of ghosting, and it just looks off. So let me walk around the apartment and make some more observations. Looking at the reflection, you can sort of like see the character's silhouette, and it tries to reflect the background geometry, which is not 100% accurate. Like this door is missing, and it only shows the window somewhat. So it tries. I'm guessing, what is this, Lumen? The fallback method, if you don't have ray reconstruction enabled, it uses software Lumen, I'm guessing. So that could be one of the reasons why my performance is not so good. Looking at the mirror here, I showed a video of The Last of Us where a simple planar reflection can get the job done. You can see the character. They don't even try to show the character or background geometry in the mirror reflection. It's just pure laziness. I've talked about this a few times in my previous videos. Planar reflection is a technology that's been around since the 90s, as far as I can remember. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, Doom 3, and so many games, in the past had that reflection. But look, in this game and most modern games, it's not even a feature anymore. Lost technology. So yeah, let me walk around and see. I mean, looking at the game, the lighting is baked. I've seen games that look better. Games from like 10, 15 years ago. Games I can think of like Sleeping Dogs on the PC looks better than this. Yeah, I mean the game is $25. You know, anything I say in this video, I'm probably going to be quite critical of the game. I'm sure once I go outside, my FPS is going to tank even more. The game does have a shader pre-compilation step. Get control of the character in game. It does have a shader compilation, which is bizarre. I thought it took care of that in the main menu. But anyway, this is FOV set to 90. The FOV goes up to 100. And then this is also what is it? Vehicle FOV set to 90 as well. If you saw my last video about Road to Vostok, that's a game that went into early access April 7th, made by a single guy, and you saw like I was getting like over 140 FPS at all times, right? So one of the things that I said in that video is that I believe game developers, especially indie game developers, should stay away from Unreal Engine 5. You know, it's a terrible engine. Like, this is everything cranked to ultra, right? And the game is just so soft. It's so freaking soft and blurry. But it sort of looks like it sort of reminds me of Mafia 3, to be honest. Like, I remember when Mafia 3 first came out, and I think I played it on my 980 Ti, and the performance was atrocious. Yeah, this game has that look and feel of Mafia 3. But yeah, the hair strand, the hair physics simulation, it does look. Let me jump up. Yeah, okay, it does look pretty decent. It's not as good as Tomb Raider 2015 or Rise of the Tomb Raider hair effect, but it looks pretty good. Can I talk to this lady? Okay, let me see her hair. Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, there goes my first stutter. I guess I spoke too soon. I mean, it was bound to happen, right? And yeah, there seems to be popping. There's like random popping. I thought this is Unreal Engine 5. I guess it's not using nanites. So the level of distant streaming is quite aggressive. So yeah, overall this performance is abysmal. It's Unreal Engine 5. Before I see an ignorant troll come into my comment and talk about, oh, your hardware is old, I mentioned this. The RTX 2080 Ti, it might be going on 8 years old now, but it is by no means outdated. It can still hold its own. It's equivalent to a 5060 Ti. So attack this guy here. Boom, got him. Oh, that was it? Okay. So yeah, I mean, this performance could be better. It could be a lot better than what I'm seeing here. I don't see a reason not. Like, as I mentioned, Sleeping Dogs, a game that came out, 15 years ago for the PlayStation 3? Like, the PC version looks a lot better than this, and definitely runs a lot better too. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I've played games with much better combat than this. Like, this is so boring. Look at that. Look at the physics. Like, you light punch, heavy punch, and then finish him off with a light punch. That's so predictable. But I mean, compared to a game like Sleeping Dogs, if you look at the combat, or True Crime Street of LA, or Jet Li Rise, like, those were like in-depth combat. Very very fun. Punch this guy, heavy punch, and then one more punch, and that's it. He's out. Boom, and down goes Frazier. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this game, I don't see this game doing too well, honestly, because it's just so boring. Like, look at this. I mean, you're seeing everything on screen. I'm not. Maybe I'm being too harsh. The game is $25. Perhaps I'm being too harsh on the game, but he can go raw or whatever that is. Yeah, this is so. I'm trying so hard to stay awake with this boring combat. But yeah, I mean, you get the idea. I mean, you see the way the game is. It's nothing to write home about. The performance is pretty bad, especially for the visuals on hand. I definitely I cannot even turn on ray reconstruction. I don't even think that's a possibility, especially with this game. Yeah, so you get the idea how the performance is like. If you have similar hardware, you should get roughly, let's just say, so right now my average FPS is 53. You should get anywhere from high 40s to you know low 50s. So yeah, I mean, my GPU power has been 250 watts the whole time, fluctuated upwards briefly. Um, but I get the feeling that there's a lot of untapped potential that this game isn't fully utilizing here. But yeah, I mean, if this is a game you're interested in, at least it's not 70 bucks. It's 25 bucks. If you want to give it a shot, by all means, go ahead. For me personally, I don't think this game is for me. I've played much better action fighting games, or beat 'em up brawler, if you want to call them that. Like I said, Sleeping Dog, and True Crime Streets of LA on the PlayStation 2. If you like what you see in this video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe. Take care.